Hello, it's Dennis Ventura here with Local Interactive, and in this video, I'm going to be going through your Fiverr Pro analysis and audit with your complete plan at the end, and I'm also going to show you how you could implement it. So let's dive right in. And number one, I believe it is Tweety live scan. So thanks so much for Maria Tweety. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me and ask some questions. And on here, I always ask, what is your level of understanding of SEO? Because this is such a wide range of things that you really need to know. But appreciate you telling me you're a novice, so I'm going to break it down on how you could do this yourself. And obviously, after you kind of get started, I'll be available for any additional questions that you might have. So let's just jump right in. I like to start off by, kind of giving you a little introduction to who I am. My name is Dennis Ventura, digital marketing consultant here at Local Interactive. I have over about a decade of internet marketing experience. I've been hired by a couple of different companies to help them with their digital marketing. And actually, it's going to be 11 years now. So, yeah. And what you're going to be getting is you're going to be getting 6 different files. And this first one is your main analysis. Okay, that's going to cover everything, all of the data, everything that I've done to research. Number 2, 3, 4, and 5 cover keywords from your competitors. These are going to be sheets that you could go back to in the future in case you want to use it to find more keywords, also to get keyword ideas for writing content for blogs, and that's something that I'm recommending to you. And then lastly, number 6, this is the best keywords for you to do your SEO, and this is going to be really one of the best parts of the gig that I'm giving you, because it gives you all of the most popular keywords and the keywords that your customers are searching for you online. And let's see, it's about, how many words is this? It's about a total of 55 different words, okay? And, over hundreds of thousands of people searching for it. So, stuff like live scan near me, it's about 11,000 people a month searching for this. So it's a really awesome business I think you're in. And, seems to be kind of a niche. And also, I think because, when people need to get this, they need to get it done. So sounds like a great business to be in. And this is going to give you, these are the words that you're going to use for a lot of the people that I recommend. You're going to give them this list and say, hey, optimize the stuff that I need with these words. And, these are kind of like the ingredients in your website, so they start showing up. And that's really what's missing with a lot of people that get started. So let's jump right into the analysis real quick. And so you have an idea of what the SEO process is. What we like to do, it's 6 stages where you go. Number 1 is discovery, and that's really where we're at right now. We've kind of discovering your market space, discovering the keywords that people are searching for you on, discovering what your competition is doing or has done. And then based on this discovery period, we come up with a strategy. And that's what I've formulated at the end. In that strategy, there's a couple of different components. There's something that's called on-site optimization. That's all of the stuff that you do to your website. Okay, kind of, I like to use the analogy of like baking a cake. Those are all the ingredients that you put into before you start baking to make sure that when you start the baking process, everything goes according to plan. So this includes making sure that the keywords are correct and all of the technical stuff that you need to do to your site that I've outlined. And then once you complete that, then you move on to what's called off-site optimization, which is all of like the content creation, getting links from other places on the internet, which I'll go over how that works. And that's called the off-site optimization. That's what's going to help your website rise and build authority and get to the top. Okay, and that's a continuous process. Okay, it's similar to, I like to use the analogy like credit building. You kind of have to like build your credit over time. It's not a one-time thing. And then you have to manage it, right? So that you have a good credit score, or your health, right? If you're trying to get in shape, you want to make sure that you know, are always have the right nutrition, and it's something that you're continuously doing. So it's similar to that. And then finally, it's the reporting, kind of looking at what's working, what's changing. There's always new things coming out. So it's something that, you know, if you ever want to come back, I'm always here to help you kind of look at everything again and give you recommendations. So, and then finally, you know, optimizing for that goal, making sure that, you know, when you start getting to the top, then what's next after that? You know, you're at the top for 1 word, 2 word, and then I have 55 words right now that I think are the best ones, but there's thousands of different combination of words that you could use. So that's kind of like the process. So hopefully that makes sense. And then finally, I guess over here, going on to the next page, this is an infographic that I like talking about because it really shows the importance of, you know, being in the top 3 positions of the internet, because rarely do people even go past the first page, right? Usually when you're doing a search, you know, you're doing a search, entering a keyword or answering a question. Now also voice search is going to start being very popular with Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri obviously has been around for a while, but all of these things are stuff that you want to make sure that your business is prepared for, right? And that's where all the on-site optimization process comes into, and also the content creation. So when people are searching, your site or your business listings are coming up for those relevant questions or queries that they're looking for. So we could see that from being in the top 3, if you're number 1, usually what that means is that you get 32% of that traffic, meaning if somebody searches for a particular keyword 100 times a day, a month, you're going to get about 32 of those people going to your site a month, right? It's 32%. Now, if you're, and that's if you're number 1. So for example, if we take a look at, let's find somebody like fingerprint live scanning. Let's take this keyword, live scanning, fingerprinting near me. It's a really good keyword, right? So if we go to Google and type that in, so these people right here, I'm in New York, so obviously they're going to show me New York people. So New York fingerprinting, homes, and print scan. These are the top 3 positions, right? Usually you have people advertising, but those don't really count, but these are the top 3. So this guy right here is getting 32% of this search. This would be 17. And then when you go to third, it's about 11. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom, you know, once you get to position number 8, you're getting like about 3% of that traffic. So it's, you know, everybody wants to be at the top. So, you know, being number 1, really not only for 1 word, for multiple words, 32% of each one of these words, it's going to really build up over time. And I'll show you what your competitors are getting. I mean, some of them are getting thousands of people to their sites. A lot of them are obviously pretty big companies, but, you know, you being a small business, there's no reason why you can't get hundreds or even thousands of people coming to your site within your area. And that's really the key, is targeting within your area. So I do see that you have a map listing, so that's really good. And let's see if we go to Tweety live scan. Right, so you have this listing, you have 2 reviews, so that's good. One thing you might want to do over here is maybe add a keyword. That really helps out a lot. And I'll give you an example. So for example, like roofing, Manhattan, NYC. Okay, so for example, right here, we have a client of ours, TCI Manhattan Roofing. You could see that we have the keyword in their listing, and they're actually number 2 right now because of their ratings. So that has to do a lot also. We have to kind of bump them, get them a little bit more reviews. This guy just recently edged them out. but you can see that having the keywords in here. So you have right now Tweety mobile live scan. What I would recommend is that maybe you put Tweety mobile live scan fingerprint printing near me, some services near me, because that would cover a couple of these words, right? And it really will help you boost on the map. Because right now you have your name. People are obviously going to search for you by name, but also making sure that you have some words in here is important. So that's a quick tip for you on that. And then let's see. Let's jump into some metrics. Okay, so taking a look at some metrics of your site, and I'm going to explain exactly what all this means is. This is the first thing that we look at when we're looking to analyze not only your site, but your competitors, because it lets us know how much work has been done and how much traffic is being generated by that particular site. So right now there's no data. You have no kind of score for your site. And that's because it's relatively new, I would guess. And also you haven't really done any SEO, right? That's the reason why you're ordering this. So I'll show you, what your competitors look like, but all of this has to do with the amount of backlinks that you're generating, and then the amount of domains that are kind of generating, and then the amount of words, and that generates how much traffic you're getting. So this all is kind of like I would go back and look at kind of how your credit rating is, right? Depending on how many credit cards you have. How you're managing those balances, when you're paying them off on time, that dictates your credit score, right? For your website, it's how many backlinks. So that would be like how many credit cards you have. That would equate, giving you a higher rating over time. And then how many keywords you've kind of incorporated into your site you're starting to come up for. So as of right now, you have 4 backlinks for about 15 different words. It's generating maybe 4 people going to the site. So you can see right here, this is probably when you built the site and then, starting to get some traffic. But the current words that you're showing up for right now is mobile live scan. That has to do probably with the fact that your website is called live scan and you have mobile, sprinkled throughout the site. So whoever built the site did a good job of sprinkling that word around it. And what we could do is we could go to mobile. Okay, and we can see that you're right here. So you're in position, 1, 2, 3, like, 8th position, right? So if we remember to our graph, in 8th position, you're going to get about 3% of the traffic. And then we could see that some of your competitors, this is definitely one of the competitors you gave me. Field Print is also another competitor. Print Scan is another competitor. So, those guys, obviously, they've done, their SEO and they're coming up for these pages. So, all we need to do is work on, getting your pages optimized. So, but you are coming up so that is a positive because it shows that Google likes your site. You develop it, its content, is related to mobile live scan, and you're showing up for it. All you have to do now is try to push ahead from these guys. So I'm going to show you how you could do that. So these are the words that you're showing up for. Okay. And then you have the amount of links that you have. You have a total of, 2 links and 6 citations. What these are all, whenever you make a profile, like on Yelp, Facebook, ca.gov, each one of these sites have their own authority. Okay. Like for example, Facebook has an authority of 100, meaning that if you have a link pointing back to your website from Facebook, it's going to pass on that authority. Okay. It's similar to, I like to use the analogy of when somebody's writing like a paper or some type of argument, depending on the sources that they cite. Okay, I'm getting this information from, the New York Times, the LA Times, right? Resources that are, valid and have high authority. It's going to make my argument that much more valid. So that's kind of like the same thing that happens with your website. The more authority the websites that are pointing back to you, that are giving you a link, kind of recommending your site, they're going to help you get higher authority over time, and it's really going to help you bump you up. So you can see right here, these are the ones that you're getting, that you have. So it's important to look at these because it lets us know where you're at, okay, and the type of work that we need to do. So if we take a look at your competitor, Certifix, you could see their numbers are drastically different, right? So, on this graph, we're going back, about 2 years to 2016. So you can see back then they were kind of, maybe they had done some work, but really not a lot. In January of 2017, it seems like they really started getting aggressive with search engine optimization. And, they started generating more backlinks. You can see they have, close to almost 10,000 backlinks, 8,480. So, and they're getting about 1,000 new links a month on average. And they have about 20,000 different keywords, which is generating 43,000 people a month going to their website. The value of their site is about $80,000 as far as traffic. Okay, so this shows you how over time, obviously, you could see this is taking 24 months to build this up, but consistency is the key over here. If you have a plan and you stick to it, over time, you're going to start seeing these results, right? The number one thing that I see is that people get started with SEO. They either, think it's a one-time fix, and then they stop, and then they go, okay, it doesn't work. That's not the way this works. It's just like anything else in life. You have to be consistent, and you have to work at it, and over time, it will pay off, right? So they have a 3935 authority score, right? Whereas you have no data right now. So that would be a goal that we would want to set, right? We would want to get to this level, okay? They have, 20,000 keywords. The keywords that I pulled are from, your competitors. So let me show you some of the ones that I pulled from them. These are some of the keywords that they're showing up. And we just saw this, right, ourselves when we did a search. Live scan near me, they're showing up number 1. Fingerprinting near me, number 4. And these are getting thousands of people a month searching for it. So these are some of the keywords that I pulled. Here goes field print, some of their words. And here goes Amerikid. So those words right there, these are all the best words that I've basically selected and helped kind of done the keyword research for you. So let's take a look at the next competitor. Okay, that would be Certifix, right? That's the first one. Then these are the words. One thing also that I want to point out is that if you see they have certain pages dedicated, okay, like for example, this keyword fingerprinting near me, they have this page called fingerprinting service locations in Virginia. So that's a page that they've created specifically to target this keyword. And that's a really effective technique, which I'm recommending that you do also. Build specific pages on your website to target specific words, right? It's like you're making a specific location on your site that's only going to speak to this particular keyword that somebody's searching for information for, okay? Rather than just trying to have everybody just go to your homepage or your services page. It's going to be hard to do that over time because it's really not as targeted as making a specific page for it. So in one of my recommendations, I recommend that you do that. Because I see that your competitors are doing that all along, in every single word, and they're being very successful at doing that. So when it comes to links, we already know they have, 8,000 links, and then when it comes to local directories, they have about 45 sources. So this is important also. Later on, I'm going to be referencing the citations. And they have places like the Better Business Bureau, MapQuest. You could see over here the authority that they're passing from that. Yelp, I know that you guys have a Yelp page, so that's great. Make sure that it's linking back to your website, and make sure that you incorporate some content on those pages that are related to your words. Okay, so let's move on to the next competitor. We could see the field print has 3468. So they have accomplished this by getting 962 different backlinks. Okay. And they have a total of 2,800 different keywords that they're showing up for. Those words are generating about 8,000 people a month going to their website. And we could see also that for them, they kind of also started, in 2016 and 2017. They did, seems like they really bumped it up. And 2018 also kind of have been leveling off. So seems like they had a really aggressive push in the beginning, and then kind of they saw that things were working, and maybe this is all the business that they need. So, but either way, they've still been consistently growing, and, the value of their traffic is about $16,000 a month if they needed to buy this traffic directly using paid advertising on Google. So, again, I've taken the keywords from them and I've included those in a separate spreadsheet. Some of the main words that they're coming up for are live scan fingerprinting, UPS fingerprinting. That seems like a really good keyword. And they're targeting different locations, Florida, Hawaii, and Oregon. So some of the most popular words are fingerprinting companies, and that gets 100 people a month. Let's see what else. Federal fingerprinting, that gets 150 people a month. And electronic fingerprints near me, that gets about 200 people. And then UPS fingerprinting, which I guess they do, trying to get all the people from UPS to do their fingerprinting. So that's a keyword that gets searched 2,300 times a month. So UPS, seems like whenever they're hiring people every month, people are going out there and looking for UPS fingerprinting. So that's a good keyword. If you guys do that, I would recommend making a separate page called UPS fingerprinting, and on there having your services, how you guys do it, your location, all of your information. So, okay, so let's see. Going on to some technical stuff. There are some things that are missing. A lot of these words are not on your site. So, for example, this is called a title tag. And to make this not so technical, this is kind of like the headline or the first piece of information that the search engines look to when they're trying to figure out where to position your site. And right now you do have your name, so that's good. And then live scan mobile services, that has live scan, which is a keyword, and mobile services. And then you have available 24/7 and offering same-day service. This right here would be an opportunity to put maybe some additional keywords to target this page, right? And you want to have each page have different title tags, and this is all metadata. This is what the search engines use to kind of categorize your site. So there are a couple of pages that are missing this. So, about 3 different pages are missing it. And all of this stuff is, I'm going to recommend somebody that's going to help you with this and kind of do all of this meta technical stuff for you so that you don't have to worry about it. All you have to do is give them the words and then they're going to do it for you. So, okay, so let's see. All right, so in total, these are kind of like the immediate fixes that you need done. I know you have a WordPress site, so by going to it, I went for every site that you go to, you could do this, login.php, and we'll let you know if you have a WordPress site. So you do have a WordPress site, so that's great. So I also looked up if you had a particular plugin and you don't. The plugin that you're going to need to do a lot of your SEO is called Yoast SEO plugin. Okay, and this is actually a free tool. Okay, I'm including it in my list. Let me go to the list real quick. Over here, install it for free. All you have to do is go to your WordPress and search for Yoast SEO. I'll show you real quick. I actually have a client site that I'm working on right now. They're a podiatrist in Chicago. So what you would want to do is you would go to plugins and install plugins, and you would then search for Yoast SEO. And you can see I've already installed it on here, and it's an all-in-one SEO tool. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. They do have a pro version. That tends to work if you're trying to target more than one word or you have multiple locations. But in general, you know, most businesses you get just fine with the free version. So, so that's something that you definitely, you know, need. And what's great about the tool is that when you're optimizing on the site, you're going to get, you know, like for example, these pages right now have optimized. You're going to get, you know, everything is good with SEO. So for example, let's do, you know, custom orthotics. I'll show you how this works. And this is stuff that you're going to have somebody else do this, right? You don't need to do this. This is something that there's more than enough, you know, people out there like myself and on Fiverr that are going to be able to help you do this. They're going to come in here and they're going to take the keyword list that I gave you, and they're going to, you know, make sure that this is written correctly. And that also you have a, you know, particular page for this so that, you know, you get all green so that it shows, okay, this is well optimized. Okay. And, for example, this is the page that we're looking at, and you can see it's been done. Here goes the keyword. Also in the page, I've made a particular page. This one we're targeting orthotics and sports medicine, and we've optimized the images also. Excuse me. And you know, it's always a good idea to include, you know, a map of your location, your phone number, and all of your hours, you know, maybe some additional information about you, and then always, you know, add the number and also some call to action on how they could, you know, fill out to get more information. So that's what this plugin is going to do. So definitely that's the first thing that you could do, and it's absolutely free. Okay. The second thing would be get the actual optimization. Okay. And I actually found somebody that's going to do what exactly this is, taking the words, you know, basically going, okay, we're going to do this page is going to be for fingerprinting near me. And they would go ahead and put over here, you know, fingerprinting near me, and then, you know, add your location, Pasadena, California, write some more information about you, and make sure that this is all, you know, green, readability, and keyword is focused, you know, correctly. So the person that you're going to use is right here. This guy does WordPress Yoast SEO optimization. So he'll do up to 10 pages for $60. and kind of covers everything. The H1s, H2s, all of this is technical stuff, the meta description, titles, everything that you need. And he even does some of the keyword research, but you could just give him my sheet and he'll do that. So he's done over 100 of these, 5-star, definitely recommend, for $60, well worth the time. This is something that's going to take probably, at least 8 hours to kind of get all this stuff done, depending on, how many pages. But each page usually takes, at least 20 minutes to kind of, make sure it's done correctly. So that would be the first thing that I would recommend. The third thing would be making sure that you get keyword specific blogs written. Okay. Content is absolutely very, very important. And I've actually found somebody that's going to be able to give you, one 500 word article for the price of $5. I think the better deal would be to get 6 articles, and they're going to do up to 3,000 words with references and citations for $25. So you're going to be able to go, okay, I need an article on, basically you would tell them, look, I need an article on live scan. I need an article on fingerprinting. I need you to make an article about people that, are looking for UPS fingerprinting. Why does UPS make people get fingerprinting? This is stuff that they're going to figure out for you. So you have them just, do all of this content for you. And then you just start posting it on your site. And, it's going to be crawled, and it's going to help you get, more people to the site. Okay. You're basically, putting out content that people are looking for. So that's one thing that you need to do. Okay. So that's going to be $25 for 6. I think if you do that every month, for $25, it's well worth the $25. Okay. So all these tasks also, you don't have to complete them all in one shot, but you could do them in the next 30 days. That would help you. Or if you want to spread it out into 60 days, it's up to you. But the total price for all of this, should come out to about $150, depending on also who you get to build out the pages for you. Okay. So the fourth thing that we need to do is build citations. Okay. If you remember when we were going back and looking at the competitors, we were looking at stuff called citations. These are all these high authority, links that are being passed back to you, 34. This guy has 45. So what I'm recommending is that you go ahead and get this gig that actually has, he's willing to build 100 of these for $30. So it's going to get you on a lot of these local based ones, Merchant Circle, Foursquare, Brown Book. These are all different websites throughout the web that have authority. So it's going to help you. And I use this guy myself personally for a lot of my clients, and they do a great job. You can see they have done over 657 of these. They have 14 in the queue, and I use them every single month. So really good, really well to contact, and worth doing it every single time. Make sure you let them know that you are in the US, and they'll do a great job. So that would be the number 4th gig. Okay. And then number 5, I would also recommend that you do something called map pinning. This is going to help you with showing up on the maps. I use this also myself every single month. I recommend that you get the 350 maps, so citations the first month, or whenever you decide to do it first. And that's going to help you with, showing up on the map when people are looking for it on their mobile phone, which is, about 60% of people are always looking on their phones now. So that would be, what I would recommend. And then lastly, number 6 would be to have somebody build out, maybe contact your web designer, have them build out particular pages for specific keywords, exactly the way I showed you there, that, we do it. For example, this one was just targeted for that word. And if we go back, we could see that, it's optimized 100%. So go ahead and get, depending on what your web developer is going to charge you, pick, maybe get started with 5 to 10 of these. And they would target these, keywords which are getting, a ton of search volume. And then as you're doing the SEO every single month, those are going to start being targeted for those keywords. So that's very, very important. And it's working really, really well. And also your competitors are doing, so I know it's working for your niche. So let's see. In total, this whole SEO optimization is going to cost you $150. Okay, for this, depending on how much also your guy's going to charge you for doing the pages. What somebody like myself, if, like a consultant, they're going to charge you, between $500 to $1,000 to do all of this for you. If you want also, I could give you kind of a price on how I could manage this for you. If you're interested, just send me a message and I could do that. But, if you want to do it yourself and save a lot of money, this is the way to go. So, okay. So, after you kind of get this done, then remember how we said, okay, you're going to have to be consistent and do this every kind of, every month you're going to want to be doing, some optimization. So like you see over here, this was a really good example. Over here, you could tell that they're definitely doing really consistent optimization, and that's why they have the most traffic of everybody. I think also maybe because they're a big company too, that could be, and they have multiple locations, but in order to get their website to have that much traffic, they have to do the work. So what I'm giving you is a plan to do monthly. Okay. Now this plan is going to cost you $95 a month to do it yourself, which is, dirt cheap SEO. And really it just consists of about 4 different tasks. Would be, number one, making sure that you write, new posts. You could always even ask your customers what kind of questions. You could also write posts about frequently asked questions, or what are the main things that people need to know when they're getting, mobile scanned. Stuff like that is really important because it shows that you're actually are a resource for the service that you provide. And that would be number one. Number two would be continue building citations. You could do 100 every month. And then on the Google map pinning for the maps, you could get away with just 70. That's $5 every month. And then for building up those high authority links, I've put together these 4 different gigs. It comes out to $35. And what's great about these is that these are legal specific related websites that they're going to get you links for. So that's kind of like an additional thing that you need to kind of keep in mind when you're building links, is that it's not only to any site out there. You want to make sure that it's niche specific for your business, right? You want to be related to other businesses that are like kind of yours. So in this one, they will actually do what's called a guest post, which is writing some information about your business, and they post it on another site, and then that site sends you a link. So these are on law and finance blogs. So what these people do is they build, or they go out and reach out to bloggers, and they kind of build a network of different blogs, so they have access to all of these. So for this one, it's $10 actually. They will write and publish it for you. It takes 3 days. So each one of these I've outlined, they will actually do the writing for you, and then they will post it. So this is another log blog. For this one is $10. And another one. So if you do these, consistently every month, even if you don't do the citations, if you do at least the blogging and this, it will help you out a ton every month. So, and the value of this, if you hire somebody, they're going to charge you roughly between $300 to $1,500, depending on what they want to charge for their time. So, really a great value. And I think it's a solid plan for your site to, kind of reach what a lot of your competitors have done. And like I said, seems to be a really good, niche. And, I wish you lots of luck. So if you have any questions, feel free to, send me a message. I'm usually on every single day, depending on, what I'm doing. But definitely try to get back to you within, on Fiverr within a couple of minutes or, an hour or so. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, again, my name is Dennis Ventura with Local Interactive. Feel free to visit our website. And I do appreciate if you give us, some type of review and give me some feedback. So thanks so much, Maria. I really appreciate your business. And I'll talk to you later. Take care.